So what's these matchups, man? Like, how is this game going to play out? And how would you preview this game if you were going to lay some money on this game?
We are back, baby. We are fucking back. We're back. We are back.
Defending Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles, have the Detroit Lions coming into town November 16th, 8:20. Sunday night game, Sunday night football, under the lights, at the link. Line is a little shaky there in terms of who the top contender is, especially the way the Eagles have been playing offense, but that defense looked really good against Green Bay. Even though Green Bay don't got the horses that Detroit does. So it should be a really, really good test for the Eagles, and getting a win from the opposing team coming here to the link is going to be tough sledding. So what's these matchups, man? Like, how is this game going to play out, and how would you preview this game if you were going to lay some money on this game? I think this is a tough one, man. Um, I really do, because the way the Eagles' offense is playing right now, it just doesn't make sense of what the players they have on there. But they're trying to find their identity. Lane Johnson is huge, so you need to understand where he's at. But our defense, I mean, Jalen Phillips was the steal of the trade deadline. He just was. What a difference maker he made in that game last week, from tackles behind the loss, his pass rush ability, strip sack, fumble recovery. He was a game wrecker against the Green Bay Packers in that game, and by far stood out as our best pass rusher. It wasn't even close. That's what you wanted to see from somebody like Nolan Smith. That's what you want Hunt to become. Now, Hunt is hot right now, right? He's had some type of impactful play in the last three games, whether it be an interception for a touchdown, fumble, sack, etc., etc. He did have a sack in his game. They gave Nolan some bullshit sack, which was just crazy. And for those who say, "Oh, what are you talking about, bullshit sack?" I'm not the biggest Nolan fan. I have to say, I'm not a Nolan Smith fan. Respect the MFer, right, for what he did for this team. He helped us got a ring. He played in the Super Bowl with a torn tricep. Can't knock the dude. But when it comes to the ability on the field, I do have some questions about that. But I digress on that. I don't want to rip the homie apart. But Jalen's going to have a big game. And here's the thing about this offense. When you think about it, like when we need Jalen to have a big games, he has a big game. He has a big game. Like when he has to show up, he shows up. Whether it be for the full game, different spots, he just does. He's a gamer. And that's what you love about him, right? That's what you get intrigued with him. That's why you talk about him in the MVP conversation. His numbers somewhat match it, not yards wise, but in still in all, like he just wins football games. And I understand when people say winning is a team stat, it's not a individual stat, but I think it's a quarterback stat, because at the end of the day, when you look at all these quarterbacks, from the Barrows, from the Lamars, from the Allens, from the Mahomes, it is, how many Super Bowls did you win? How many playoff games did you win? Lamar can have 10 MVPs. He can win them all every year. But the question will still be asked, what did he do in the playoffs? What did he do? Did he win or make it to the Super Bowl? And until he does that, those trophies don't mean shit. They don't mean that a goddamn thing. But you know who has one? Jalen Hurts has one, right? And you know what he did in the one before that? He outplayed arguably the best quarterback in this last generation, maybe. So it is a QB stat, winning. And when you need him to show up, when you need somebody to do something, he does it. And that's what's hard about this game. because you would think that you would go with Detroit here. But I think I'm thinking the other way. I think this I'm not sure if Detroit is going to be able to handle this defense. But see, Detroit's got some players though. The Williams, the St. Browns, the Gibbs, the Montgomerys. Detroit can play offensively in multiple different ways. You want to line up and play bully ball? We can do that. You want to throw, and have a shootout? We can do that. You want to be, kind of X's and O's and stuff? We can do that. So I think that one's going to be tough. And with Lane Johnson kind of being banged up, I think Hutchinson is banged up. Let's look down here at some of the injuries. Like, Hutchinson's banged up a little bit. Joseph is banged up. For us, look, I mean, man, look at this. The whole offensive line: Tyler Steen, Lane Johnson, Lander Dickerson. I mean, Landon is just like Frankenstein. You got to put parts together for him, man. Every part of that boy's body is banged up. Cam Jurgens, who was out last game, so this is a big deal, right? So for me, and then AJ Brown, right? And I gotta just say this about people who's talking about AJ Brown. Let me get this close. Let me let me move up real quick. You people have no fucking idea what you're talking about when you're talking about AJ Brown, right? He already just said it. I won a ring already. That season's over, right? This is this season right now. You know where the Philadelphia Eagles are in passing right now? What are they? 27th, I think, in the league in passing. They're not even averaging 200 yards. He's on pace to only have 800 and something yards, and everybody's screaming out, "We're yelling." I mean, we're winning. Everybody's screaming out, "Shut up. Play football." Why? If he's going to the head coach, the offensive coordinator, the quarterback, and saying, "Get me the ball, please. This is how I function. This is what I need in this from you guys." And none of them are doing it. And then you could argue that Jalen's missing him on open opportunities. I know all 22 people know about it and saying he's missing him. Now, whether it's on purpose or not, who knows? But I mean, his name is always open. And for the most part, he's always open. So, what's going on here? Because it is a shit show. And I'm actually on the AJ Brown side of things here, right? I have a C on my jersey. You paid me as if I was one of the top 5, top 3 receivers in the NFL. I'm going to finish outside the top 25. And you want me to be happy because we're winning? You want me just to sit back and no, I want to take part. I want to feel like I'm a part of this team because right now I do not. And I need you to help me not feel like that. Because when I feel like that, my mental stress goes up. Hey, go see a therapist. I did that already. It ain't working. This is therapy. This is how I get through it. By going out there and dominating. You want your receivers to want the ball. You want your number one receiver to say, "I want to dominate." You want your number one receiver to go out there and feel that he looks into the other man's eyes and the other man knows that he cannot guard him. You want to be able to throw that ball up on 4th and 5 from the 40 and he comes down with it because you have that type of confidence. AJ Brown's right. You're not just going to be able to turn this thing on when you want to turn it on. Too many holes. This thing need to be clicking now. If you want to get to the Super Bowl again, you're not running the ball to the Super Bowl. You're gonna have to know how to pass the ball to the Super Bowl. And right now, we can't do that. We go against a complete team, which the Detroit Lions is somewhat closely resemblance to that. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'll tell you that right now. I ain't mad at you, AJ. I ain't mad at you, boy. All good with me, homie. But for this preview, I think it's just gonna be a pass for now. We'll play this. Play this. I would lean to over the total output here. I think there's gonna be a lot of scoring, um, or at least one team will be a lot of scoring. I think eventually Detroit will figure it out. Just too dynamic of a passing offense. Um, and with Jair Alexander, it's the second time somebody's just up and just like I'm just retiring, or taking a break or whatever he's doing. Um, you know, he ain't gonna be in this game. So I mean, Jackson wasn't bad last game, but he wasn't going against nobody. So it's gonna be a big test for the Philadelphia Eagles. But that's where I would be at for a preview for this one.